From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, it's high-level intra-party politics as the National Caucus of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, convene an emergency meeting to thrash out issues ahead of 2015. 20 people killed in a car bomb in Maiduguri. Incident dampens Eid al-Maulud celebration in Borno State. Security chiefs from ECOWAS countries converge on Abuja, advocates good governance and sustenance of democracy. And more than 200 fleeing civilians in South Sudan have drowned in a Nile ferry accident.
On business news tonight, Edo State flags off its National Tax Identification Number Scheme.
And on sports news tonight, good news for Africa as FIFA decides to consider matches played for the African Nations Championships in its monthly rankings.
I'm Linda Akibe, and from Abuja, PPA rejects results of Anambra local government election, calls for investigation into conduct. People's Democratic Party certainly has many irons in the fire at the same time, as the party today began the seeming difficult process of removing one iron after the other, and their faces tell it all. The PDP caucus members today converged at the presidential villa to take a hard look at many crises that have bedeviled the party, beginning with the crisis of leadership and then the defection of some lawmakers at the insistence of some governors that Bamanga Tokoro must go. These are the many issues that the Central Working Committee and the National Caucus of the PDP are examining tonight. The roll call tonight include the President, Goodluck Jonathan, Vice President, Namadi Sambo, the Senate President, David Mark, and his deputy. Also present are the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, his deputy, and of course the Chairman of the BOT, Tony Aneni, and the man in the eye of the storm, Bamanga Tokoro. Others include the governors of Akwa Ibom, Godswill Akpabio, and the Benue Governor, Gabriel Suswam, among others. Well, this is one meeting that Nigerians expect will produce a result. However, some prominent members of the BOT were absent, and one of them was the former President, Olusegun Obasanjo. He was conspicuously absent. But just to let you know that that caucus meeting is still ongoing, and if there's any development in the course of this bulletin, we'll bring it to you. Once more, the PDP caucus meeting is on as we speak, and if there's any development, we will let you know right here on the news at 10. Well, one of the reasons for today's meeting was the fallout of yesterday's media report on whether or not the President was calling for the resignation of the PDP National Chairman, Bamanga Tokoro. Now, in this interview with Mr. Tokoro, he clarified that his respect for President Jonathan is unwavering. He also called those calling for his resignation mischief makers.
It is totally out of place for me to lecture Mr. President as suggested in a Scarlet article and write-up. It is the preposterous and smirk of an indisciplined mind, which definitely are not. The sad aspect of these mischief makers is that they tarnish the image of Nigeria at home and abroad. They present a picture which must be scaring to the investors. They join the enemies in fanning the embers of disunity. I am confident that any discerning Nigerian, particularly His Excellency the President, Commander-in-Chief, will easily see through this shell of mischief. I have taken the time to make this statement in my continuous role to help guide the ship of Nigeria Party to save waters in spite of political turbulence. I want to assure Nigerians and outside world that the chairman of PDP, my humble self, and Mr. President, our Commander-in-Chief, Ebele Jonathan, are standing shoulder to shoulder to transform Nigeria. As for the mischief makers, all I can say is that from their works ye shall know them. I think it is really clear to all Nigerians. I will never do, I will never utter such gutter language they use. Our just is to respect our leader, who is the president of this country. I don't dare leaders. I support them and respect them.
PDP National Chairman Bamanga Tukur there, telling his own side of the story about his party's politics. Well, the tough speaking in the PDP is not over yet, as one of the founding members of the party's Board of Trustees, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyao, is picking holes in the letter written to President Jonathan by his predecessor, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. He said one of the misgivings he has against Chief Obasanjo is that it would have been better for such issues to have been discussed privately rather than on the pages of newspapers.
The party expects so much from Obasanjo because the party has actually given him quite a lot. If the party didn't nominate him, he wouldn't be a president of the party for the country. We expect that if there is a problem, if there is a problem such as the one his letter conveyed, the best place to treat it is not on the pages of newspaper. It's not on petitions in television. We have our organs. We have our National Caucus. We have our Board of Trustees. We have our NEC. I have attended all meetings. I have not attended any meeting of National Caucus, any meeting of NEC, where Obasanjo or anybody tabled any issue against Mr. President.
Well, another statesman in the country, Chief Edwin Clark, has said expect a greater crisis to erupt in the All Progressive Congress, the APC. Now, he's advised members of the House of Representatives that defected to the APC to return to the People's Democratic Party. At a meeting with party members in Abuja, Chief Clark said the lawmakers should understand that the APC may not be a better party.
So what I'm trying to say is to appeal to those members of the House of Representatives to restrain themselves back to PDP, because it has not reached the stage they thought that to make their defection legal. PDP is their party. They should remain in PDP. Because even if there was crisis, let me take it like this. There was crisis. The crisis that will soon take place in APC will be greater than what they were thinking that happened in Disagree. So I'm appealing again, using this opportunity, to appeal to the National Working Committee of PDP, the chairman, the governor forum of PDP, to work together. This is the year 2014, the last year before 2015 election. So we should unite, come together, work together, hold rallies everywhere, and with God's blessing, we will overcome.
Elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark. In the meantime, things are no longer at ease in Kwara State politics following the defection of some PDP members to the APC. The supporters of the two parties today in Ilorin, the state capital, engaged in a confrontation in the battle for the possession of the building, which once served as the PDP secretariat. However, the police intervened to stop any form of violence in the encounter.
When the PDP members, led by Senator Bukola Saraki and Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed, moved from the PDP to the APC in Kwara State, it was first a battle to keep the heart of the party beating, but now it is a battle to keep the party secretariat. This is how this building looked before the defection, in full colors of the PDP. But now, the color tells of the change in the political atmosphere in the state. Early Tuesday morning, APC supporters chant the praise of their leader, Senator Bukola Saraki. The APC supporters make for the repainted secretariat, and through another road which leads to the same building, the PDP supporters gather. The plans of the PDP supporters is to hold a meeting at the secretariat that had the colors of the PDP but now wears a new look. The APC supporters are not happy with the move and they decide to prevent what they called a hostile takeover of their property.
We are here to prevent the PDP from taking over our office. Though we are formerly in PDP, I am the chairman of PDP, but we have reflected to APC, which is the popular party that we have in Nigeria. Now, but when we got the wind that they are coming here, we will mobilize our people to come and protect our office. We are the member of the PDP in Kwara State. We are here to take over our security. What do you think is responsible for this? I don't know what is wrong with them. We are here to make a crisis, and we are not here for crisis. We are just here to take over our security.
The disagreement between the two sides looked uneasy, a situation that could turn sour, hence the intervention by the police. Some of the supporters appear prepared for a showdown. The police also played well. As both sides of the divide claim ownership of the building, which served as a PDP powerhouse in the state, it appears the disaffection in the defection is causing more bad blood between the supporters. On the whole, the situation will not degenerate into a rather violent one.